to the poorhouse. Where the smoke is smooth, the pores run deep, and the conversation never stops. From the big plays on the field to the bold flavors of cigars and spirits. This is your place. Pull up a chair. It's time to pour one out. Pour one out for the stories untold. Let the rhythm warm your soul. Here at the Poorhouse, we keep it real. Every word, every sip, feel the blues reveal. Step in the scene. Gom's laid back, tone is legit. Bassline thumping while we all take a sip. Stories unfold on these well-worn stools. Truth in the air, yeah, we break all the rules. Cigar smoke dancing with the scratch of the deck. Microphone check, real talk, what the heck? 1 foot in the past, 1 foot on the beat. We pour out respect, feel the heat in the street.
Welcome to the Poorhouse.
Yes, sir.
A Friday night edition of the Poorhouse, 2 days before the Super Bowl.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome.
The last hoorah game
Yes,
before
the
we
last
shut the NFL season
hoorah.
down.
Yeah, well,
I remember when it all started.
like just yesterday when there was hopes and dreams in the air for everybody. So many hopes, so many dreams.
I remember the first
All down to the final
episode, we
two.
asked the question, we was talking about the Seattle game, and then I think it was James who asked, man, who the quarterback for Seattle now? I said, Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
So, yeah, he all right. He all right.
Yeah.
Now
He
they're
was
about
all
to the
right.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, hey, fight on,
Shout
baby.
out to Sam Darnold.
Fight on,
sir.
baby. Yes, sir. Sam
Yeah,
Darnold.
y'all should have gave Sam
go-
Darnold the comeback player. of
Let's
the
go
year.
Trojans. Let's go
Go to the
Trojans.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, we're your hosts, ladies and gentlemen, for the ladies out there watching. But we're your hosts, Reggie,
Yes, indeed. Jay Real in the building, Reggie.
James.
James in the building.
That's right, and his twin, Joe Buell.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
that's my
Yep,
government
young
name.
young
You can
Joe
look
in
me
the
up.
building.
I'm gonna put my government name out there. Look me up on Facebook.
There
Friend
you
me. I'll be
go.
all right. I'm not nothing secretive about me, folks.
Brendan.
Brendan, yeah, hit me up to friends.
We also know that the Olympics starting tonight. You see Snoop
Yes.
Dogg
Yes,
hosting.
indeed.
You know, Snoop out there ready to go.
So it's the opening ceremony tonight, right?
Yeah, opening
Okay.
ceremony of the Olympics. Gentlemen, what is your favorite? What are you looking forward to? What do you want to see? Like Olympics? Are you excited about? What is
I like some of the snowboarding, bro.
snowboarding?
Some of the
I
snowboarding.
definitely love the skiing. That's my thing, the downhill slopes. But I just like the overall Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
You know, you get to see a lot of good sports.
Yeah. I mean,
So.
I'm always been a bobsledding.
Yes,
And
yep.
a lot of the bobsledding, but
They
not only
got
the
a
bobsled.
bobsled team.
Yeah, but not only just the bobsled team. Really, I'm excited about too hockey, because I think that's going to be a good. I think Canada and America, that's going to be a rivalry, because they had obviously some of the competition from the last what do they call the game where they basically like U.S. with like Canada,
Right.
and they did that whole deal right there too. So I mean, I think there's definitely going to be some good storylines coming out of the Olympics. So definitely check it out, folks. You know, the coverage is going to be 24/7 on Peacock and NBC and all that fun stuff. And we're going to talk about it here on the Poorhouse.
You gotta talk about something in the Olympics. man.
Yes.
You don't
Best believe
get it. You know, you don't get it but so often.
Every 4 years, every 8 years.
And you
Yeah.
definitely learn something new. You get to see new things.
Oh yeah.
Sports you probably never heard of, maybe.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know, so
Things you
it's
thought,
good.
look,
It's good.
you'd be like, oh man, I love like bobsledding, but like, you know, bobsledding was a sport. I don't know if I could tell you I'd watch
No,
it
listen,
all the time.
A lot of that stuff be intense, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Super intense.
Oh
Yeah.
man, absolutely. So I tell you what, folks, tell us what you're looking forward to in the comments.
Yes.
And-
Let us
Indeed.
know what you're excited about coming up for the Winter Olympics. Gentlemen, how is your week going so far? We survived the snow.
Survive the snow.
A foot if you were where we live here in
Yes.
the Charlotte surrounding area.
It's
Yeah.
very little remnants, but we still see a few remnants. It's taking a while to melt down because we still have some cold temperatures.
Yeah.
But today was one of and it rained a little bit this evening too, but it's it's finally really getting washed away now, and everything's back to normal.
But I seen some snow flurries, a few
Yeah.
little snow flurries dropping.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the other day.
Yeah,
It was snowing pretty good up towards
yeah.
Mooresville, and actually snowed a little bit here. But in Mooresville,
yeah.
I mean, they got another.
It was supposed to snow the other night.
Yeah.
It's supposed to snow
But
over the corner.
Yeah.
for us in this area to get hit with 12, 13 inches, that's a
Uh-huh.
record. So
Hey.
we're going to remember this.
That's the Winter Olympic. That was just
Yeah.
like a preparation for the.
Well,
I feel like we're at the Winter
breaking us
Olympics. Yeah, it's bringing us into
We
it's
gonna
warming us
remember
up
this.
for the Winter Olympics. That's what it is. Well, gentlemen, what are we drinking on tonight? Well, what are some of us?
We are drinking the benchmark,
That's the warm
the
up
bonded.
Yes, the bonded, the 100 proof, obviously,
Yes.
being that it's bonded. But one of my go-tos, folks, if you haven't had any of the benchmark ones, now I'm not a fan of
Good
the
on the
top
nose,
shelf
too.
one. Yeah, it's got a good nose to it. It's warm, but the price is extremely approachable. So if you're looking for something where you want to like have different options to try, like small batch,
That way you can
single barrel,
stock up your bar too.
yeah, bonded, and
Yeah.
and you might have some friends coming over, and you're like, hey, I don't want to give them my, my Weller or whatever I'm hiding around the corner, that top secret bourbon that you picked up, and you're
Yeah,
like,
because everybody don't understand bourbon like that.
absolutely, and you
So
don't want to
you
waste good bourbon on them.
I ain't about to drop these $100-something bottles on you. You have no idea what you're drinking. You can
Yeah.
care less about it. All you
Yes.
try to do is get drunk.
Yes.
Get drunk off of that that $10 bottle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead and get you some.
Smell like true alcohol. Gotta be like an alcoholic. Yeah,
Or you could
if
always
got a
go
drinking
back
problem.
to what you used to, aristocrat.
Look, whatever I'm about to say, Red. Go on and pull that aristocrat out the bottom.
Yeah, pull that out of the bottle and then dump
Old
it back
naughty
in
head, Seaton,
yeah, go ahead and dump it down the toilet where it belongs.
gin and juice.
I'm also having a local beer here, Mechtoberfest. I've
Yeah,
still got a few left
Oktoberfest.
over. One of my favorites.
Absolutely.
Old Mech Brewery. If you haven't tried it, you haven't been there, definitely go check it out downtown or up.
They
Charlotte.
make some good
they got
beers,
some good
bro.
beers.
Really
That, the Mechtoberfest.
Yes.
The what's the other one? They
Copper.
got the Copper's good.
Yeah.
Another one's like a little bit lighter.
That's their like their summer beer. The Hornet's Nest.
Honestly,
Yep.
That
Hornet's
one's my
Nest.
favorite.
That's
Actually,
good.
Hornet's Nest probably one of my favorites out of their collection. I like the.
Is that more
Mechtoberfest
like
and the
I
Copper.
think that Hornet's Nest more like a Pilsner, I think.
But
Something
they
like
got
a
another
Pilsner.
one too, man. It's like a
Well, they got like a Dunkel. They've got
Right.
about, I want to say 8 different beer. And the great thing about, if you don't know about Mechtoberfest, and let's say you like German beer, really one of the best things about them is they literally follow all the Bavarian law. So they don't put any preservatives in their beer. They make it in, they let it ferment. They let it do it in a natural process. And they don't try and speed it up.
Oh yeah, you can only get it local.
Yeah. So
Because
they
if
can't,
you,
they won't send it out, but only so many miles. If they can't get it somewhere without preservatives, they're not, essentially the guy was like, hey, I'm not interested in shipping it.
Yeah.
And basically ruining the beer. But what are we pairing tonight, gentlemen, with our smoke?
I have the Romeo Juliet Cigaros, 1875. This is a medium body. Good on the draw. It's a good smoke. Everyday smoke if you're an everyday smoker. I'm not,
Yep.
but this would probably be a good everyday smoke. Good
Yeah.
on the draw. It's light, notes of pepper, leather, little hint of coffee, but that's about it.
Okay.
So far, so good, though.
Okay. James?
So I'm on that El Centurion. So we had it before on here.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty good smoke, man. It's it comes from my father collection, man.
Yeah, those my father.
Oh,
If
my
you haven't
father
tried my
is great.
father, any of the collection, because depending on your taste, I think my father's got something for everybody. I think
Yes,
we've had my father a few times.
Yeah. We done had it plenty of time.
Mhm.
But it's a medium to full, man. But it's a good smoke. It's definitely a good smoke.
I think we're all pulling some classics out because I've got the Perdomo, the champagne, which
Oh, yes.
I don't know if you could see on the camera. I mean, that tells you the quality of the
Yes.
stick when you
Yeah.
got that ash point and you see how even it's burned.
Yeah.
And
That's a good smoke. Right
it's a
there.
very
Oh,
good
yeah.
smoke, and it's not expensive. I mean,
No.
that's why I was telling people, like, if you're like looking for a medium, because with some full notes to it, but it's kind of probably for me a truly like medium cigar. This is it. I mean, you can just good flavor from the beginning to the end.
It's just an easy smoke, man.
It burns super good.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have to worry about
You gotta
relighting
relight it
putting
1,000
out.
times.
Yeah,
Man,
exactly.
that was
It
my
just keeps
go-to
going.
at Smoking Barrel.
Absolutely. And the price is right. So, come on down. Well, gentlemen, we had a lot of things go on over the past week. In fact, one of them we failed to talk about on our last show. So I'm not going to let that happen. In fact, I'm going to start out the show tonight with the criminality that is the Hall of Fame crisis. The greatest coach of history.
Yes.
Of the NFL, 8-time Super Bowl winner.
Snub.
Not a first ballot Hall of Famer. My God.
Insane.
What do we have to say for ourselves here around here?
The Hall of Fame committee should be ashamed of themselves.
Absolutely.
Ashamed, because you have no explanation for it. For one, you have none. Even if you came up with one, I won't believe you.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Because
not one coach out there that I would ever put over Bill Belichick.
If you're going to put somebody in the Hall of Fame, right, it should be about the accolades and the stuff they did on the field, right? Because that's what it's supposed to be based upon.
Exactly.
But I remember when they changed the rules over T.O.
I was actually going to mention T.O. Yep, because T.O.
got the rules then.
Yeah, T.O. didn't get the first ballot
because they was talking about antics and stuff off the field. But
that has nothing to do.
It ain't got nothing to do with it, bro.
It's judged by your playing and coaching and what you've accomplished.
Yeah, no,
stat-wise.
And I could get it. Like if you told me, if Bill Belichick had committed a crime or something like that, maybe brought shame to the game. But I think Bill Belichick, by all accounts, sure, he's a little bit rough around the edges for some people. He wasn't always friendly to the media, and I think that was part of the big punishment.
What they also said,
he loved the game.
Yeah, they also said when you mentioned criminal, they tried to say the Deflategate scandal was that put a stain on it. But come on.
But Tony Dungy came out and said everybody was doing stuff similar. That wasn't the first time ever.
Right. That was going on all year.
Yeah, the other teams were doing it.
Yeah.
In the history of the NFL. He just was the first one they punished. Or the first team they punished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and they punished Robert Kraft too.
Even if you say you take away the Deflategate or whatever they call it, right?
Right.
Say if you take it away, even if you take it away, he still got more Super Bowls than anybody else's first ballot.
After that, right?
Even
yeah,
if you take
after
that away,
that, you just say, "Hey, don't count anything."
That's what you do. Take that away, and he's still better than the people that y'all.
That's what I said.
100%.
You can't come up with any explanation that anybody's gonna believe or have some validity to it.
I don't think anybody could bring up, essentially,
and then
a reason,
even
a good reason.
talking about snubbing Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
Right. Do you understand? I think they done been to the Super Bowl, 12 to 15 times since this man bought the team. You can't name another team in the league, and he only on this team for what, maybe 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
So half the time since they even been recording the Super Bowl, I forgot what year the Super Bowl started. Maybe in the 60s, maybe.
I think it was 19.
I think it was in the 60s.
The Super Bowl one,
the first
maybe
Super Bowl?
19. Maybe 19. Yeah, somewhere in that range. 50s, late 50s, or right at 60.
Folks, before we were around, but
either way,
because they had the championship games because it was like the Green Bay Packers were the first, like championship before that, but not the Super Bowl.
But Green Bay won the first Super Bowl, I believe.
I
think Green Bay did win the first Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, it makes no sense.
Right,
cut and dry. Like you come on, you got
Robert Kraft bought the Patriots January 21st of 1994.
Yep.
Yeah.
Since 94, this man has been to the damn Super Bowl 1 million times.
Yeah, 6 times.
Do you understand that it's teams that have been a franchise since the NFL has started and still ain't been?
And back again. He's back again because he's still owner.
He might get another this year.
That's what I'm saying. He's back again.
Right, and definitely. No.
And 100%. it might be a reoccurring thing.
Yeah,
the way this team is set up.
Yeah,
they look good, bro. I ain't gonna take.
And you got to look at what the AFC and their division, everybody in their division besides them is rebuilding.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And to think of how fast they did it,
right?
And the ability to shift off a coach and then bring back a coach who is very Bill Belichick-esque.
Right.
Yeah.
The only thing that may stop them is if Drake may regress a little bit.
Yeah. I think if it just, obviously we'll talk a little bit about the Super Bowl here in a little bit, but yeah, I'm with you. Curious to see how that's going to play out, but I have to bring up another one, gentlemen.
Okay.
And I'm just a snub that I'm not going to get over. And I'm going to put this out there because I want the whole internet to know that I actually, from the beginning of this year, you can go back and look on my Twitter or X or whatever the hell you want to call it these days. I actually tweet for like a month straight. Every day I woke up, I had a reminder on my phone. It said Darren Woodson deserves to be in the damn Hall of Fame. And I tweeted
Yes.
every day to the Hall of Fame
Yes.
Yeah.
and said Darren Woodson needs to be in the
Should have been
NFL.
there.
Now, kudos to everybody who's in, and let's go ahead and give a little bit about who's in, folks. So if you haven't heard, Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Kuechly, or Luke
Adam
Kuechly. I'm
Vinatieri
sorry, Luke Kuechly is kind of Carolina. Everybody call Adam Vinatieri. Yep, and then
Roger Craig
coming in as senior candidate.
Okay, hold on. Time out. Hold on, just 1 second.
Yeah,
Right.
Adam Vinatieri.
Adam Vinatieri.
You telling me that anybody that you just named on that list is a better candidate than Bill Belichick?
No, absolutely. No, 100%. I agree with that.
No. Matter of
can't
fact,
say
I'm
any
looking
different.
at but what you talking about with Darren Woodson, he should have been in
A while ago.
When was Darren Woodson last season?
Well, it was 2000. He was in the early 2000s. He was like the last of the Mohicans when 2006, 2007, right around that time frame, because that's when my man came in, Bill Parcells.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was like the last.
So, and I don't know if y'all know the answer to this question because I don't know the answer to it. What's the average span that it takes for somebody to get inducted into the Hall of Fame after their career?
5 years.
After 5 years. So
Yeah, 5 years
period.
of no, you can't be in the game. So like Phillip Rivers, it'll reset for him for 5 years because he
5
played this year,
years.
right? So, but think of and going to your point too. Yeah, Bill Belichick, you can't put anything. But I really think it goes to, and we'll get to Darren Woodson. I'm going to finish saying my thought there. But I mean, I think they've got to figure a way to. People shouldn't lose going into the Hall of Fame to Adam Vinatieri. And Adam Vinatieri probably should be a first ballot Hall of Famer by all means. He definitely was probably the greatest kicker ever. But there should be like a separate, like, hey, you're coming to the Hall of Fame, but we're going to put you in a specialist or a special teams role. And we're going to say, hey, every year we're going to induct one special teams person.
Right.
If there is one to come in. Right. But we're not going to take a spot away from somebody. Just like for a coach, if you're a good enough coach should just come in no matter what, and not take away from any players because, I mean, they all contributed differently to a team, right? I mean, but a kicker doesn't, he's going to have made some big kicks, but he wasn't on the field and making like difference-making plays and, and possibly playing 50 to 60% of the game.
Yeah.
So, but a lot about Darren Woodson, I want to put this out there, and a lot of people say, well, Darren Woodson, who's Darren Woodson and, why would he not be in or why isn't he in? Well, I feel like, obviously teams, it's like they forgot about him. But he was at a point of transition when we were going from like Ronnie Lott, the enforcer kind of safety, to, kind of that cover, the coverage
a
safety.
Ball hawk and safety.
Right. But he was really played all three. So like today, everybody's looking at Nick Umanari, right? And somebody like, what's his, from the, LA Chargers, Derwin James. So you guys got these hybrid Hamilton. They can play linebacker. They can play safety.
Right.
They can play
almost like how he kind of birthed that because that's when your Cam Chancellor from Seattle came in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same way, same type of frame.
Yeah, he can play. He covered slot. He would go one-on-one as a safety with your slot wide receiver. He'd cover tight ends. He was like the first guy to do a lot of that.
Yeah.
So now I'll give you some of, a little bit about, just comparing even numbers to guys who are in the Hall of Fame. And I actually had pulled up some of this. So obviously he played the big nickel, which, you probably hear about that. The wolf role. He played strong safety, deep safety, and he kind of did them all kind of equally. But you think about like him versus Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott had 1,146 tackles. Now he had a ton of interceptions, which was amazing. 63 interceptions, 8.5 sacks, 4 rings. But Darren Woodson had more tackles. He had 23 interceptions, 11 sacks, and he got 3 Super Bowl rings. A lot of people forget that about that. Leroy Butler from the Packers, 953 tackles, 38 interceptions, 20.5 sacks, and 1 ring. And Darren Woodson.
Leroy Butler's in, right?
What's that?
Leroy Butler.
And Leroy Butler's in. Yep, all these guys are in. John Lynch, 1,058 tackles, 26 interceptions, and 13 sacks, 1 ring. Darren Woodson had 1,350 tackles. Like
this is what I'm trying to
23.
Have to have an.
11
to
sacks,
me, when
3
you
rings.
snub something, you have to have the explanation.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What is going on? You have to explain that because it can't just be it can't just be the numbers because if the numbers off the charts, then why they not in?
Yeah, no, 100%.
If everything based on the numbers, it should be like that.
Right.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. These guys are in there. I don't know what kind of conversations they having behind closed doors. But
Right.
it has to be somewhere where they're looking at character of a person
Right.
and making judgments.
But that's what
for
it
that,
is, because
you
that's
know.
the same thing that happened. That's what happened with Bill, bro.
Right.
Right.
Only reason Bill didn't get in is
It's because of the
because
media.
they don't like him.
But
Yeah.
but at least
Darren Woodson-
tell the truth with that.
Yeah, but
At
Darren
least say
Woodson-
that
They're never gonna do
character.
that.
You ain't got to say you don't like somebody, but you can word it like, well, the character has flaws or blah,
Right.
blah, blah. Just
Right.
say something that's meaningful or somewhat of the truth so people can
But
say,
they're not
okay,
going
I
to say
see.
that because they
Right.
want you to believe that it's all based upon
Yeah, but
what's done on the field.
But
and that's kind of telling people, that's kind of telling us we stupid right in our face.
But here's
You
the
know?
thing, right? So they don't have to defend it. So, right. So, and this is, in all fairness, to think about how players, right? So players on the field, they have a crappy game. Guess what? Everybody's going to be asking them what happened, why they do this. They're going to get pushed, and they're going to have to answer hard questions.
Exactly.
But these guys are
it's no
making
explanation.
decisions, and nobody's having,
They
and they don't have to
pretty much
answer.
say they pretty much telling you we do what the hell we want to do.
If we don't know who they voted for,
Yeah.
we
Right.
don't know who they voted for.
Right.
So then they have all that stuff come out, and they say, "What if they don't come out and say I didn't vote for the guy? Then we'll never know."
Right.
Why is it not an
then-
open process?
And then are people in there really fighting for a Darren Woodson, but they just like, well, it don't matter. We already voted. It don't matter what you saying over here. It
So-
don't matter what you saying over here.
I actually heard a guy talking, and on Super Bowl and Radio Row, they're having all these guys come around and talk and interview and stuff like that. And he came on and he talked with the local Cowboys radio, or 105.7 The Fan, and somebody mentioned, they said Darren Woodson, and he goes, well, what are his breakdown of his numbers and da 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 da, and he goes, well, wait a minute. He's like, why would I have to tell you? You're making the votes. You should be having all this information should be available to you. Why does somebody have to go break down his game? If you're gonna make a judgment on somebody,
Absolutely.
you should do the research and the facts, and you should have to justify in
You
your
should have
mind
that.
That's telling me.
why
That's
they don't
telling me
belong.
what's the criteria then.
Right.
Let me know the criteria of
Right.
the Hall of Fame.
So
Yes.
pretty much, it sounds like it ain't no damn criteria.
It's just right. Is it a popularity
It sounds like
contest?
we just put in who we want to put in.
Yeah, and Darren Woodson is a great guy, and that's the one thing I'll say. Yeah, you can say anything you want about Darren Woodson, but that dude, anybody who knows Darren Woodson talks about, he's like one of those. He's a hard worker, and he'll give you the shirt off his back, but he'll also treat you just like anybody else, right?
Absolutely.
So like anybody who covers a team was like, dude, Darren Woodson was just one of those dudes that like treated you like a human, right? So, anyways, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, folks.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are like, kiss my, you know what,
But
boys fan, but
they definitely got to fix some things. Though.
they definitely got to work.
Hall
on
of
it.
Fame committee, fix it.
Come
Fix
on,
it.
bro, because
Yeah.
you
The people deserve
you
better.
tarnishing people's careers.
Players deserve better.
And you making them feel like they're not adequate to be in the Hall of Fame. No, that they are. But that brings me to another thing I wanted to ask, right? So how will people get in first ballot their first year of eligibility?
Yes.
Right? So even like I was thinking about like Brian Urlacher, right?
Yeah.
This man retired in 2012.
Yep.
In 2018, whatever his first year of eligibility was,
2017.
this man went straight to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and I mean Brian Urlacher had some great stats. I mean, but he had a lot of injuries and stuff like that.
He had great stats. How many rings did they get on that team
0
when he was there?
He has nothing.
But this man his first year of eligibility. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm not knocking him. Hell yeah, he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. He was a hell of a player. But you can't tell me that these players that got better stats, got Super Bowl rings, that had a better career.
And that's what we really talking about now.
Bro,
How
Is it
can,
about stats
how
or is it
can
about
he
Super
get in
Bowls for you?
first ballot,
Right.
but then you have somebody that's been waiting
Yeah.
for 2 terms, knowing
Right.
they should be in? How does he surpass them?
Right.
Why not put them in at that time?
And a 3-time Super Bowl winner.
I'm just saying,
and all that.
how you got some people waiting them
Listen.
20, 30, 40 years.
You have some
to
explaining
get in,
to.
bro.
You have some explaining to do. That's
Right.
all I'm saying. And then
So,
you have people that end up
fix
that
it.
should have went in and pass away. You
Yeah.
know, then they
Oh,
have
man.
to give it to their family. You know,
Yeah, or
then they play the sympathy card and let's put them in there since they passed away.
or coming up there in a wheelchair, and they can barely they're like basically they don't even realize what's going on because they're so old.
But don't matter of fact,
And it has to be somewhere in it where you see what some of these players give to the game.
Yeah.
Don't have them waiting forever.
Was the owner of the Jets in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Not
The
sure.
owner of the Jets?
Is the
Not sure.
owner or is somebody
No,
that's
no.
affiliated with the Jets that's in the Hall of Fame, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's the Jets.
Maybe Bill Parcells was as a Hall of Famer and he was a coach, but
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know who I would say. I can't remember if Woody. You're talking about Woody. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. You know,
'Cause
I think
it's
right now
the
it's
only
like Jerry
reason I'm thinking
Jones,
about
Al
that-
Davis.
The only reason I was thinking about that is because of
Rooney, right?
Yeah, Rooney. Well, Robert Kraft hasn't really owned the team that long. Now, don't get me wrong; he's had some hell of a success,
No,
right?
but listen, but that's what I'm saying. You haven't owned the team that long. He bought it in, what I say,
94,
94, 96.
94.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 94. Yeah.
Bro, but good God, you still talking about 30 years?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You talking about 32 years?
That's why I'm just saying
Come
you
on,
got to
bro.
explain to me the criteria because it just don't make no sense. And
Right.
and even going back to, with T.O. T.O. should have been first ballot because I don't care what you didn't like about him. T.O. was made for TV. He was an absolute monster.
At the end of the day, T.O. is still top 3 receivers of all time in the NFL. And you can try to argue that shit all you want. T.O. was one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah, but like you said, it's just about likability.
Right.
If somebody likes you, if they like you, hey.
Yeah, and if
you
you have
in.
if there's anything about your, I'm not gonna say character. I don't think T.O. was a bad dude. I just think he was just a different dude.
It's almost like that thing where you rub my back, I rub yours. Hey, you got a good relationship. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, right? Now this is the same way. Like whenever we talk about the way that they do the rankings in college and all this different stuff, like shit that we see that don't make sense. Like if it's gonna be one way, let it be that way.
Yeah.
Right. If you gonna judge me off of, I might say I made $100 billion, but I'm an asshole. Right. You can't say that I'm good one way, but I'm not the other way just because you don't like who I am as a person. I still made $100 billion. I'm still a fucking billionaire.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't say, oh, well, no, I'm not going to classify him as a billionaire just because I don't like him. He's an asshole.
Right.
That's not that you can't
Well,
operate like it. Got to be one way or the other.
It's because that Hall of Fame is such a prestigious class. That's the thing they hold over people's heads.
But is it though?
Well, take a Deion.
to
Bro, like when Deion came out and he said, "Hey, not everybody is on the same level as me as a Hall of Famer, even if they're in the Hall of Fame." And that there's like levels to like people who are like him, who's Deion.
And at the end of the day, it still goes to who you know.
Right.
If you're not having conversations with these guys, or
or somebody's not standing on that stage talking about, hey,
it goes a long way.
People forget about these people. So congratulations to Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, and obviously Roger Craig. Very deserving. So, but then, gentlemen, we had some other things going on in the NFL. What's going on with the? Could we be the tush push? They're gonna tush push out of Philly, and the reason I'm saying that is, are they gonna push themselves out? They had the news of the legendary Jeff Stoutland, highly regarded offensive coach.
Yeah,
you're just hearing a lot of things coming out of Philly right now.
Yeah, they're shaking up the house.
Yeah,
they're shaking it up.
And now they're hearing some retirements potentially of Lane Johnson, and then Landon Dickerson, who's 27, is talking about retiring. I mean, do they have is there smoke? And is there going to be a fire? Is the real question.
Yeah, I think the fire's already starting.
The fire, is the house on fire?
It ain't just no damn smoke. It's definitely a fire. Yeah. But the reason that it is because they thought that they would be able to repeat doing the same shit that they already did, not understanding that you got to evolve, bro.
Yeah.
You cannot go back with the same shit over and over again and think that you're going to be able to repeat. And that's what Philly wanted to happen. That's what the fans wanted, of course, because the fans thought that they had everything under control.
Yeah.
But in actuality, whenever we watched the play, all the shit we broke down, everything we talked about the player Jalen Hurts. We talked about how Barkley couldn't get off like he used to. All the stuff going on in the locker room. You see in the tabloids in the media every week about your man, the receivers not happy.
Brown.
But it wasn't just AJ Brown. He was just the only one that really voiced it like that. We heard shit about other receivers. They wasn't happy because they not getting the ball. I felt like Jalen Hurts wasn't calling the plays. Jalen Hurts not standing back there changing up the line and changing up the plays to where he not calling it like a Tom Brady would call.
Well, I think that's the problem. I think what's happening now, you starting to see what people been talking about before. It just got masked by the Super Bowl win. But when they were saying Jalen Hurts is not a top tier quarterback, it started to show itself more and more. Now that's when the receivers start getting mad.
Right.
It's been going on, and the reason why they got away with it because Saquon Barkley had a bigger year.
Right.
See, take away what he did last year. See, now you got all the rumblings because it's on the quarterback now. If the run game ain't working, now the quarterback got to show you who he is, and he started to show you who he really is when they playing elite teams. So I think that's where all the rumblings starting at, but nobody wants to admit it's Jalen Hurts.
Right.
They blaming everybody else except Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because I was going to say Jalen Hurts, I think teams had figured Jalen Hurts out, and I think the team and the offense was trying to simplify things that Jalen Hurts wants to do. And when they wanted to add other things, Jalen Hurts wasn't really on board to really change the offense to better the team.
I'm saying, but was that his decision to change the offense?
But I think I'm saying the offensive coordinator. I think
that's a big
has
thing
limited. Like he wants to do certain things. He's comfortable doing certain things, but he can't do certain other things he's not comfortable doing. And the thing is, and don't get me wrong, right? So they're just saying he's a limited offensive player as a quarterback. Like he's not there. He's not able to like maybe function at a high level mental, of like being able to look out and say, okay, hey, defense is doing this, doing that. He's either going to make an easy throw or make an easy read or run.
It's almost like you said, like he ain't calling the plays, but at the same time, he has a list of plays that he can switch to that maybe better suited to play against this call on defense. But he's not able to do that like a Tom Brady.
But how many offensive coordinators they go through since Jalen Hurts?
They about to be on their third one now.
Yeah. But I mean, even when they were really good, I mean, he made some high level, like deep throws. And don't get me wrong, he's made some great throws and he's done some things. Obviously, he's won a Super Bowl. So, I mean, there's always going to be that. But I mean, now teams are kind of saying, hey, this is how you play him. And he really doesn't have the ability to say, okay, well, here's how we're going to counter that.
It's almost like how we was talking about earlier. That everybody stacked the box. We're going to shut Saquon down. Now it's on you.
Yeah. Now you got to make the reads.
It showed that you couldn't do it at that time.
Right.
Even aside from Jalen Hurts, right? I feel like any team in the league, if they depend on their running game a lot, right? They got a strong running game. It's going to open up every other element of the game.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Once you shut down a team that's a heavy run team, once you shut the run down, they done anyway. I don't give a damn what quarterback you got.
Yeah.
You shut the run game. I'm not saying that there ain't no quarterbacks that can.
The team and who you got as offensive coordinator.
Right.
It just depends. Teams they can shut down a run game, but they'll find a way to use that back otherwise,
Right.
Like to me, Philly problem was they didn't utilize Saquon in other areas enough.
Right. Like put him out like you do with Christian McCaffrey. Like put him in the slot and then run him as a wide receiver.
It was just traditional hand it off, see what you can do.
Right.
And it didn't work.
And I mean, I think Stoutland retiring, it sounds like, or stepping away from coaching, retiring, it sounds like they were kind of basically coming in there and telling him, hey, we're going to make these changes, and basically didn't, get him on board, and he kind of felt like he was misled. I don't know. So some interesting. I'd be curious to see what happens.
I think going into the season, though, Sirianni will definitely be on the hot seat.
He's definitely on the hot seat. I mean, hey. Yeah, I mean, he might not even make it through a whole season if if things go bad, quick.
Yeah, if they start tanking in the beginning of the season, he can hang it up.
Well, we have some other awards handed out
Yes.
coming up so we'll kind of go through these. So Protector of the Year, which is kind of a newer award, went to Joe Tooney of the guard of the Chicago Bears. Walter Payton, Man of the Year, Bobby Wagner.
Old man Bobby Wagner.
Assistant Coach of the Year, Josh McDaniels. Offensive Coordinator of the Patriots.
Yep.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, Carson Schlesinger, linebacker at Cleveland Browns. I loved him coming up in the draft.
Yeah.
He looked so good. He's a UCLA, and I hate UCLA, but coming out of the draft, I felt like he was so underrated. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tetero McMillan, wide receiver for Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. Well deserved.
Was a Cowboy target that I wanted to make it past the top 10, but clearly came and played his ass off. Comeback Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey. running back, San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Dak should got that one. But defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett, defensive end, Cleveland Browns.
That was
I mean, hell of a
definite.
season. Yeah, to get the record, I mean, you had to give it to him.
Yep.
I mean, obviously his impact. Obviously future Hall of Famer, offensive player of the year, Jackson Smith-Jigba, wide receiver, could be Super Bowl champ as well. Him or Puka Nacua, but I think Jackson Smith-Jigba, man.
You can't keep him out the end zone, bro. And what's crazy, they're gonna keep going to him.
Well, they have to.
That's
and you can't stop him.
He's the guy, right?
Them Ohio State wide receivers, boy, they something.
Man, listen to me.
And coming out of college,
They
he wasn't
something.
even the dude. They were like, his biggest knock was he wasn't the guy in Ohio State.
That shit don't matter no more.
No, I'm saying now he is the dude, and he's showing he can produce.
That's just like us saying, well, Steph Curry wasn't a man when he played.
Exactly.
Who gives a damn? He the best shooter to ever pick a ball up, man. So that what he did in the past don't matter.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike Vrabel, coach of the year.
Yeah,
I mean, hell of a job.
Shanahan should have got it.
Take New England around. Should have got him.
I think
he wouldn't be there.
Vrabel was well deserved. I tell you, to take that team real quick to the Super Bowl.
To turn that team around. I mean, and to get the team, back after everybody thought rebuild and all that stuff. NFL MVP of the year, Matthew Stafford, quarterback, Los Angeles Rams.
Stafford had a hell of a year.
Yeah, I mean, and he did have a hell of a year. Kind of fell off a little bit.
He was my pick, though. He was my pick at the end. I said I feel like Stafford had the best season out of any other.
But you remember, Joe, that was your Super Bowl pick in the beginning.
They were, yeah, and I definitely. Oh no, and I love Matthew Stafford. I mean, I don't know, man. Just one of these years, I'm telling you, and I'm not going to go because I just got on a soapbox for Darren Woodson, and I know it's a Cowboy bias, but I'm like, if you look at the numbers, I still will be like, I guess Dak has to walk on water to get these awards, even though if you look at his record, they didn't do the good record this year, but his numbers probably better than Matthew Stafford, which is, I'm like, so is it, again, what's the criteria against Matthew Stafford? But I
think it's the Cowboys too, bro.
Absolutely. If you're the Cowboys coach,
well, you have to me, when you going against teams that have great records and make deep playoff runs, then that shows why they're being considered as the MVP.
Yeah. Oh, so absolutely.
You can't discredit those guys and go give it to somebody that can take their team anywhere.
Well, I mean, but the question is, so then you punish a guy for having a bad defense because really a top two, right? But I'm saying, but anyways, guys, I know you're probably like, I hate Cowboys.
We seen Matt Stafford pull some rabbits out of hat, bro.
And Matthew Stafford, I have nothing but love for Matthew Stafford.
That's almost like
come out of Detroit.
That's almost. I was about to go back to that. Yeah. Matthew Stafford had these numbers are not nothing new to him.
Yeah.
These numbers has been consistent with him in Detroit.
He was doing that in Detroit.
But
because he go to LA and then all of a sudden now it's like
he was winning. In Detroit, he was losing.
Yeah.
Only one that really to me that won awards, I think that was losing. And he just was a freak was Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, Calvin, right. Because Calvin Johnson was, but that's what I'm saying. So when do you punish a team guy for being on a team that says, okay, hey, because he was on Detroit, and putting up numbers.
It's definitely a good topic.
So for another day. So, I mean, but again, everybody, congratulations, on the big wins and stuff like that. I mean, Drake May almost got that. In fact, I was going to say, be honest with you, if I was going to pick somebody, it would have been Drake May. My personal vote, because I feel like May was doing more with less.
I knew they wasn't going to give it to him because his first, second year.
Second year, yeah. I just look at it, I'm like, man, you had Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
And who else?
Yeah. He really didn't have no superstar.
Hunter Henry and Stephon Diggs, maybe. I mean, that's so. Anyways, I mean, and you think about Matthew Stafford. Who's you got? Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams,
team.
3 tight ends. That will
be a whole lot of people. Yeah, they just know how to play together. They got good chemistry.
Yeah.
It don't be a whole bunch of big names.
Just got good talent.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, congratulations again to the winners. Let's keep it going on with we won't pick the games just yet. So we're not gonna. Well, let's move on to a little NBA. Actually, let's go ahead and knock out a little NBA. We had some trades that didn't happen.
You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I was truly disappointed about the trades that was made in the NBA, bro. Yeah. And the reason I say I was disappointed about it is because you thought that it was gonna be some better movement to happen. And it wasn't no good movement like that. It was a couple good moves.
A lot of teams were strapped with money and really couldn't make
Yeah,
Well, I
because
ain't gonna say
because of
strapped
the
with
second
money, but
apron,
didn't
right?
wanna
Because you're at the
take
apron,
on salary.
right? Because you have to then make additional moves to unload salary to stay out
Yeah.
of that second apron,
Yeah.
and so a lot of those teams, like the Lakers, even the Celtics, even though they did make a move.
And then on top of that, I think you got to ask yourself, like, was any move you're gonna make you leap that further in the championship contention?
Right. Especially if
So
you weren't getting like Giannis or
that's what
somebody
I'm
like
saying.
that.
I
I'm
don't
not
think the
saying
players were out there
right.
to help you make that jump to where they definitely in contention now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think
don't
the
know.
asking price on some of these guys was a little higher than teams were willing to give up. Uh, I mean, I think one of the trades to talk about was the AD trade. AD, to think just how
Yeah.
bad that really got, the fact that, AD didn't even make it really how long, and then now he was traded to the Wizards. And you're like, man, and D'Lo, and I mean, some of the, and you're like, man, like,
maybe if him and Trae Young can, I don't know.
He gonna have to stay
I mean, I
healthy,
think
bro.
the Wizards. I think the Wizards actually are sneakily got a little
listen,
better if
the
AD stayed
Wizards went
healthy.
off last night.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You had AD in there, and if AD can stay healthy, the
Yeah.
Wizards could make a run this year. Maybe they'll be a surprise team, for the playoffs and
What
stuff
about
like that.
the other trade? I mean, I don't know if it was good or it's just another move because he always moving. James Harden to Cleveland.
Yeah, James Harden.
I don't know.
Actually, I think that's a good trade for Cleveland. I think James Harden can bring them some veteran leadership, and I think he could maybe.
James Harden still putting
He can still. I mean, he's putting averaging 25. I mean, if you think about him, he's 25 points.
It's gonna put them
over the top. I mean, they was in the mix last year, deep.
But what was the problem when I think Cleveland's problem when they got in the playoffs last year was they just consistently couldn't put up an offensive. They're a good defensive team, right?
But what's crazy is before they got deep off in the playoffs, Cleveland was putting up big numbers.
Oh, to me, I think they got worn out.
They were putting up 130.
To me, I think they didn't have a deep bench consistently, and they got worn out towards the end.
Right, and I think a guy like James Harden. I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna win this
That
year,
one was interesting,
but I definitely could see it.
No, and your man was hurt a lot in that playoff series. They number one player,
man,
Donovan Mitchell.
Mitchell,
he got hurt a lot during the playoffs last year, man. So
it just depends on how it works with James Harden. We'll see.
James Harden gonna take a little bit of pressure off of Donovan Mitchell. And I think that I'm not saying they're gonna win the championship.
Yeah,
but I think they're gonna have a deep run in the playoff.
Yeah.
They could.
Let's talk about them, Charlotte Hornets. Bring it home, my boy, Carolina Blue.
Charlotte won 8 straight, right?
Eight straight. Kobe White bringing White in, and now like 7 straight, and like they're one of like a top 5 defense right now.
Yeah, they just
they
down the down the line a little bit. So the jury out. I'm gonna
be real with
credit right now.
But
they look good so far.
I don't want to see who wants to play them.
Nobody. If Charlotte Hornets are healthy, and this is what I've been telling,
healthy.
Shout out to Chris, right? Because Chris a big Hornets fan. I talk to him every day. We've been talking about the Hornets back and forth because he watched every single Hornets game, every summer league Hornets. Like he a diehard Hornets fan, right? And I'm like, bro, listen, I'm looking at your team right now, and I really think they got a lot of potential to get into the playoffs, right? And I really think that the way they look, they got the potential to have a pretty good playoff run, bro.
Absolutely.
And the reason I say that, I say if they stay healthy. If Melo stays healthy
and Miller,
like you can tell whenever, because I've been watching their games, man. You can tell when they play together, they just having fun. When I say
for the young, they're having fun.
I mean, like I said, it's going to be interesting because I do like the way they're playing right now.
Yeah,
they balling.
I don't think anybody. I think this team is exciting. I think there's a buzz about them.
Yes.
Hornets, but I think they're going to be. Seriously, I think they're going to be a problem. The only thing I want to address about that is, Hornets, whoever the hell got you into that bad TV deal, you need to discuss that because how do you create a buzz for a local team like that when you can't even get them on a local channel?
Maybe that's why they're playing great. They ain't
right.
on TV.
Yeah, nobody's watching them. No. But no, seriously though, somebody needs to wake up, stop being stupid, say like, hey guys.
You have to have that on local TV.
Yeah, I mean, how do you get a fan base excited about a team they can't watch unless they pay for like the FanDuel Sports or whatever, or they, these
It's to be on local TV,
But that's
they-
something that
now they doing
absolutely.
all this streaming and pay
right.
absolutely.
I get that whole streaming, all the different subscriptions. I get all that. Everything is about money, right?
Yep.
But never in my lifetime have I seen a local team.
Yep.
And the people who live there, the fans, the locals, can't even watch them on TV.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Like that's the wildest thing on the planet to me.
Yep.
Like
100%.
worst case scenario, you should at least be able to see a Hornets game if you live in. We live in Charlotte.
You should see every Hornets game if you
For
want to
sure.
see it, because
we can't even watch them.
I don't care if
told
it's
you,
on the road or home.
yeah, I
Still
told you a
spend-
couple of years ago. I said, man, I felt like the Hornets were building something when they drafted Brandon Miller, because I felt like Miller was actually a really good pickup.
Yeah.
Watching a little bit of him in that college and stuff like that, and just seeing like that size and the length, and of course now they drafted Knuppel, and he's been a monster, probably one of the
Knuppel
best.
been
If not,
balling.
I mean, he probably is the best rookie.
Balling.
I mean, I know Flag's amazing,
Yeah.
right? But Knuppel really has been there at that or above.
He's definitely the offensive
In the threes,
rookie of the year.
I mean,
Look,
bro,
I'm gonna be real with you.
killing threes.
Like I play NBA 2K online all the
yeah.
time, right? I hate when they pick the Hornets, bro. I hate it because it's so many people you got to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, Melo, he's shooting from Melo. If he
Melo-
get a glimpse, he knocking three. I mean, you can't
now
stop
you got Kobe White, so I
Yeah.
mean that just keeps adding to that
Listen to me.
offensive power.
Kobe White, in my personal opinion, Kobe White was a great pickup, bro.
Yeah.
Because Kobe White be balling.
Yeah, and he can distribute.
And you putting him with that team they already got clicking like that. If them boys find their chemistry, everybody firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to stop. The only thing that I really want to see when it comes to the Hornets, I want, because we don't see it ever. I want to see them in a playoff game. I want to see how they operate in a 7-series game.
Yeah. No, Hunter,
You know what I'm saying?
I'd love to see him get to a 7 series.
Or a 7-game series.
Yeah, 7-game series.
Yeah, they're gonna be all right.
Well,
And that's somebody else we need to talk about right there. Russell Westbrook.
yeah.
You
Well-
can hate on Russell all you want, but Russell putting up numbers.
Well,
Russ
Russell
been
always
putting
put
up
up
numbers,
numbers.
He been
Look,
doing it.
Russell going crazy
He
right
ain't been doing nothing
Him,
else.
I told you, him, Westbrook. I mean, him
James Harden. Oh yeah, some of them old dudes.
and Durant. All them boys gonna put up points. Them boys ain't gonna lead you nowhere.
They
But
can't
to
be
the
the
house.
they can't be the leader, right? They can't be the
No.
dude. But I mean, I
They
think in Cleveland
They kept it a buck and
they could
told
be
you they don't
Mitchell.
wanna be
Mitchell's the dude,
And that's the problem.
right?
They don't want to lead. They want to play their position.
That's
Yeah.
the problem, though. When you're
Yep.
a star, you gotta be the leader.
So let's
Got
talk
it.
about, speaking of stars, Steph Curry, and they just traded Kuminga.
Oh
And,
yeah,
oh my
they
God,
traded Buddy
Porzingis.
Yield and Kuminga. Yeah,
Kuminga,
Buddy Yield.
Porzingis, which I mean, I didn't love the trade, and I mean, I kind of see like they're like, hey, maybe Porzingis can stay healthy, maybe he can.
They had a big comeback last night, though. In the
Yeah,
fourth
yeah.
quarter,
I think they
dub.
play tonight or
And
tomorrow.
Steph
They
Curry
play the
didn't even play
Lakers.
last night.
Yeah, and he's not playing tomorrow or tonight or tomorrow night. One of the two. I think he's still
He
out.
didn't play
hurt.
last
Yeah,
night.
I still, it's just too.
But I mean, I'm just saying Porzingis. I mean, I just don't know if that's a move that gets them in the like any better.
It's a good move if he healthy.
And if Steph's healthy and all that stuff, I
If
don't
they
know.
can be on the floor at the same time,
Yeah,
and
and
healthy, they can play. They gonna give somebody hell.
but we know his history. I mean, outside of that 1 year in the run with Boston,
Yeah, he
where
always got
he's
something going
but even
on.
in that playoff, he got hurt.
Yeah,
and
he always
missed-
got something
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
there's something going on with his lungs or something.
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Some type of illness.
Yeah.
He had a virus, then it's this, it's
Yeah.
that. He always got something going on. So.
Well, let's talk about the trade that didn't happen. Probably the biggest trade that didn't happen that everybody was hoping
That's
that was going to
what the
happen.
bet was about.
Huh?
That's what the bet was about for the cigar was. It was gonna be a big trade in the NBA.
Oh yeah, that was
That's
weird,
exactly
man.
what it was.
Hold on,
Right.
and guess what? No big trades in
No
the
big
NBA.
trade.
I guess I owe y'all a cigar.
Yeah. That was the
no
bet.
big trade.
We were
The only
trying to
ones
figure
I
out who the
said,
bet
yeah.
was.
Because we was asking.
I didn't think it was
I think the
gonna
only
happen.
thing I said, one thing could be a big trade other than Giannis was if LeBron went back to Cleveland. But
Yeah,
knew
but
that
I
wasn't
mean,
gonna happen.
Cleveland couldn't take on his salary.
Yeah,
That's the
that
problem,
wasn't
and
happening.
they'd have to cut, and they'd probably have to trade guys that LeBron would want to play with. Because I mean, if you traded for LeBron, you're
And
gonna have
then
to give up some salaries
Now
back.
Milwaukee saying they just gonna let his contract ride out. Now.
I mean,
But you got to now because the
but
trade deadline
that's
over with.
terrible. But
Yeah.
So
that's
you
got to
ride the
stupid.
season out.
No, but I think he's still on contract for next year, and he
Yeah.
still had to be traded, right? So I think he's gonna get traded, right? Like I think he said he's staying, and he put the whole, Wolf of Wall Street post, Instagram. "Oh, I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not leaving, bruh.
Man, look, the right
If you
offer
ain't
come,
leaving, then I'm gonna."
trust me.
He's like Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. I'm about to put him in that category of like dudes. I'm just tired of like.
Yeah.
Well, I'll never request a trade. I'm
Sign
requesting a
again.
trade. Like, bro, just stop being about the drama. You either gonna get traded,
Yeah.
Right.
and you want to be traded,
don't.
or you don't. And if you want to stay, then shut the hell up.
Just
Some
say
people just want to be in the
Don't
mix.
worry. Yeah, and if you want to play for an organization that hasn't given you the talent around you to make you successful, then by all means, just either write it out.
Who was on that team with Giannis when he got a ring? Who was
Middleton.
number 2?
Yeah, Middleton was
Middleton.
really good. And they just
Yeah.
traded Middleton. He got traded.
I told you.
Yeah.
That's what I was
He was
talking about. So
one of the
when
trades
they
that
went
Middleton got
down,
traded,
once
yeah.
Middleton left,
Yeah,
they went down.
yeah, and then he
And
got
what's
and
crazy,
healthy.
Middleton got traded the other day, right?
Yep.
But Middleton has been balling.
Yeah, because see, they Milwaukee traded him once he started getting injury prone.
Well, then
And
they
then-
tried to bring
yeah.
Dame. Well, then they brought Dame in, and some of
Lillard,
those
yeah,
guys
all
after
that.
that. But yeah, I mean, they had a really good squad. Wasn't a great squad. I
Right.
think that was kind of a weak year. And then of course Giannis is a freak. I mean,
Yeah, that was one of the best
he was-
years that it just came together.
yeah,
that
it
year.
just came
Yeah,
here, and
it
he was
came
super
together.
healthy. And I think a lot of other teams were kind of having some down year. Again, you're never going to dismiss a championship team, but I mean, and Giannis.
You mean the way they try to dismiss the COVID year with LeBron?
No, they did never that. But when people do
Yes.
that, but no, because here's the thing: everybody else had to do the same thing. So
Yeah.
you can't dismiss that, because then you're dismissing that anybody who would have won. Then you're dismissing. Then you might as well just say we're not going to have a championship that year.
Yeah.
So then you're telling me you're not going to have a champion that year, and you say, hey guys,
They would have been better not having one because
no.
everybody didn't.
No, because
you had
everybody
teams
had
that-
the same
You had great
capabilities.
teams that didn't perform, didn't play,
But
didn't
they-
choose to play.
well, they,
Okay, so let me ask you
so
a
they
question.
chose to not get a championship.
Right.
If
So-
it would not have been
so-
LeBron that won,
I don't
would it be
care
that
who
big
it-
of an issue.
Yeah,
Nah, people wouldn't look at this.
yeah.
They
I would
just
still
try to
look
do
at it the
anything to
same.
knock the
because-
king, bro.
I would look at it the same because you
No.
can't really. It's not. That's almost like if you're playing a game, you the varsity dude, and everybody else in varsity got sick, but the JV, they got a few players from JV
But
that play,
people weren't
they
getting
that play
sick.
on varsity,
They were
and they playing
choosing not to
against you.
play.
and you won. No, and you won. You gonna feel good about what you won.
Hell yeah. I don't.
You're not,
I will
Never
never.
mind.
Who can?
you're not gonna feel good. You're not gonna feel the same.
So when you play a
When you
game,
go against the best, that's when you feel
when
like you earned
when
something.
you play a game, do you apologize for winning?
No, you don't apologize for winning.
Because you played
but you
who?
never
Don't
win.
whoever the opponent
No,
they put in
I
front of you.
understand that. Listen, you know what I'm talking about. If the league is full with every team, I'm talking about teams omitting and not playing.
Well, okay, so they chose.
Don't matter. That's not the point. What I'm trying to say is you didn't play the best because the best wasn't out there. You
Who was the
played
best?
whoever was out there.
Who was the best?
You played whoever was there.
So you're telling me there wasn't some great teams that year?
There were good teams. There wasn't the best teams that could have gave them the challenge that they needed.
So where was that team?
Golden State.
Okay,
Thank you. If Golden State would have played, we don't know what would have happened. That's all I'm saying. You don't know. So you can't. It's not discrediting that you won. Yeah, you won. But it still has a stain on it because you didn't play. You didn't go through it in the right way.
Because
You can't say it was really earned it. Yeah, but it got a stain on it because
Mm.
it wasn't a full league.
I've had because
It was a bubble.
it was the same challenge
Do
that
we play in the
every
bubble
other.
right now?
But what's the difference?
Why put it this way?
If the fans were there,
Why they ain't win another?
so how many points are the fans putting up in a game?
Why they ain't win another?
Who, the
When
Lakers?
when the full season started, why they ain't win another?
It's difficult to repeat.
Oh, they definitely went in.
It's truly difficult to repeat.
It is difficult to repeat.
Is
Yeah,
J Real.
Teams have done it.
but in the NBA,
Teams have done it.
who's doing back to
We
back
ain't talking
in
about
the
that.
NBA? In the
See?
modern day,
You're not
See?
about to
See?
go back
See?
to 1975.
but look,
So now we
modern
move the
day,
goalposts.
people don't win back to backs, and you know why they don't win back
So
to
what
back?
are you saying? The same thing I'm saying, Joe. Now you're making an excuse, like I'm making one, like you saying.
No,
You making an
because
excuse.
I'm saying
No, why you
it's
can't
hard
win
to
back
be-
to back? No, it's not hard.
because
Play.
of the second apron,
No, it's not. No, it's not hard.
because of the
Play.
money, bro.
If you are
The parity.
if you are a championship caliber team, you should be able to beat anybody, right? Anybody they put in front of you, right?
If your parity,
You can't tell me about
but you
parity
can't-
when I
no.
just now said you didn't
because
play the best.
every year you can't keep the same team.
I don't care what it is.
You gotta adjust. No, yes, that matters, right? And you have a team, and then you lose pieces because you can't go past the second apron, right?
So did I not say the same thing? When you don't have a Golden State in there to compete with, that gives you a greater chance to win.
But
gives you a greater chance to
Golden
win.
State. So Golden State came in and they won like a couple years later, but they really weren't the favorite and stuff like that. So they were a good team. But who's to say? But you're saying what ifs?
Who they play? Who they played?
But let's say everybody. But so I'm saying everybody had the opportunity to win that year.
No, they did.
Yes, they did.
They
chose not to.
We were in a difficult time, and we were in a different situation. Yes, we were. We were in a different situation where they had to make life-changing decisions, and they did.
No,
fast forward.
So they had an excuse. They said, "Well, we were scared of COVID, even though we were going to do the bubble."
Whatever we say it is, it happened. It's a stain on that channel.
Man, look, if you're a competitor, you tell me like, "Hey, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna compete." I'm compete.
They should have forfeited that. That's why they competed, because they knew they was going to win.
No.
You took the cheat code. You took the cheat code.
Ain't no cheat.
So the next,
you cheated. So you
got hurt the next year.
You telling me if I put somebody in front of you that you done seen play, you don't tell me in your mind, I'm about to bust this motherfucker ass.
Who?
Yes or no?
They all professional athletes, bro.
I'm asking you a question. When you see somebody, do you say in your mind a specific person, oh, I got him?
But that's what any athlete say because they feel like they're the greatest.
What and why you just now said
anybody
they didn't know? But you just now said they didn't know.
If you're the greatest athlete, then if somebody say, "Hey, we're gonna
like you the greatest,"
that's what I'm saying.
You're supposed to.
That's what I'm saying.
Boy, you must not have the.
So win it again.
But you telling me, would Michael Jordan have been out there?
When?
In the COVID year. Say Michael Jordan was in the prime.
If the Bulls had an option to play, do
you think Michael Jordan would have said, "You know what? No, not with COVID, guys.
If
I don't
Kobe
know. Hey,
maybe I don't. But what does that have to do with anything?
Because if you're a competitor that has dog, if you got dog in you, you want to go out and play.
No.
You go on and play.
No.
Yeah, you ain't got that. Hey, so then if you chose not to play,
wait a minute. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up.
Why?
Now you said if you got a dog in you,
yeah, you can.
And guys take days off from playing because their leg hurt or knee hurt or I need a rest day. But they dogs?
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
Oh, now everything I'm saying is different now.
No,
but it's different.
No, I'll give you that.
So then you ain't a dog.
The day off thing is, I don't like the new NBA where guys take days and games off and say, well, this one. No, I'm with you on that shit.
That's all I'm saying.
That pisses me off because I'm like, hey, if you're getting paid and fans are paying money to come see you and you can play, and maybe you're not 100%. I mean, I get it. Like if you were like getting close to the playoffs and you're like, hey man, I got to take a game because I got to manage this injury. But I mean, you talking about like, well, I could have played, but I don't want
to. You did that.
If you hurt, I get it. If you hurt and you really can't play because you hurt,
everybody's hurt. Yeah, the load management in today's NBA.
I'm not a fan of that.
No, the load management.
I'm a fan of if I'm able to play shit, I'm playing.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put it this way.
Yeah.
LeBron got 4 rings. I get it.
No, I mean, look.
I'll let it go.
We'll let it go, folks.
But I tell you
we're gonna be here. We're debating.
Got a stain on.
We're debating here.
LeBron is my man. It's a great conversation. But hey, they won 4. That's
Cheers.
I'll leave it alone.
They didn't win 4. LeBron has 4. He got 4 with different teams.
I mean, he got 4.
Yeah, he did. He missed some of the numbers that he promised in Miami.
But do I think that they're going to be able to do something this year as far as a deep run to where they might be in
they may
championship contention?
No, I don't think so. Not with defense. Not with the current defense.
You got to have some defense.
Yeah.
But we talk about this even when it comes to football.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing with any sport, your defense got to be efficient.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
At some point in time, because you got to make that key stop to win the game.
Oh, absolutely.
We also see now that the scores
Oh yeah, I mean, offense is definitely the game's geared towards the offense.
Well, you can't.
Right.
Yeah,
and the whistle merchants and the guys who can just know how to get the whistle.
But no, you see that shit change.
And then they let them.
They're starting to get a little bit
change, and they letting them run miles on the court.
When I watched
traveling is at an all-time high.
Well, now they're saying, what do they call it? You like, he gathered.
You got and they only consider it gathering, or they only consider it traveling if you have 2 hands
Hands
on
on
the
the
ball.
ball, yeah. No, that's
So
crazy.
basically, I can take 400
crazy.
steps
Oh yeah.
if I don't have both hands on the ball.
What was
Yeah.
that game the other night where my man went up for a 3? But
Oh
took
yeah,
like
and he
4
walked into
steps.
that 4 steps into the yeah. I'm like, dang, bro, that's crazy. Well, let's talk about a little college real quick. Because we got
Yes.
the big one, the big rivalry here in the
Indeed.
Carolinas.
Ooh.
Carolina Tar Heels,
Tobacco Road,
Tobacco
baby.
Road versus them damn Dookie. Duke.
Dookie.
The Dookie Devils. The Duke
That should be a
Blue
good
Devils.
game though. That's a rivalry.
It's
So
a
that can go
rival.
either way. I don't care how good one
Yeah.
team is over versus the other. That will
They
go down
gonna,
to the wire.
they gonna leave it on the floor. They
Yeah.
always gonna leave it on the floor.
Yeah.
And they usually split anyway.
Yeah,
every
absolutely.
year.
Yeah. No, usually it's a pretty
Well,
tough one.
I think my only concern is I really feel like Duke has a hell of a team this year, bro. And I
They
ain't
got
gonna
a
take
pretty
nothing
good. They
from
got
them,
a
but
good squad.
I'm not.
I think they got
I'm
weaknesses.
diehard Tar Heels. I'm talking about till they put me in a box. I'm
Yeah,
diehard Tar Heel fans. To
Your
the
big
end.
man gonna have to play this game.
But they start play every game.
Yeah, he gonna have to bring it. This
Baseball gonna give you. He gonna give you at least
He's
20.
hitting a double.
He gonna give you 20.
defensively, he gonna have to play.
See, but he's just that modern day big
Mhm.
because yes,
Who
a
who
guy
you
who maybe
compare him
like
to,
260,
Joe? Tell
but
me
he can come
if-
out to a 3.
If you had to compare Baseball to a well-known NBA name that people would know.
So man, and it just I had the dude's name it, but
Mm.
he kind of reminds me like he's long, kind of like a Porzingis in a
Yep,
sense, right?
Like Porzingis.
Porzingis is big, but like he's not big, right?
I don't know if I
And
want to
Porzingis
say
can hit mid game, he can hit threes,
Yeah, he could hit anyone.
and he can, now he's not as athletic as Porzingis, I don't think, but he kind of reminds me of that game where he's 7'2".
Yeah.
He's gonna block shots and he's gonna do all that, and it's not because he's just muscling you.
And he gonna pull the trigger from behind the line.
Yeah, and he can walk up and hit the
Mhm.
3. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. He's a modern day big man, I would say, of more get in your way, and he's gonna and he can just. I mean, he doesn't have to do much now. He does struggle against guys that are 250, 260, even if they're a little
because
smaller.
he ain't got enough bricks in his back pocket.
Yeah,
right.
so but he's European, right? So that's
Yeah.
that European style.
Oh yeah.
Big. I mean, he's not like that's why Porzingis, that kind of game.
Yeah.
That's why he reminds me a little bit. That's probably who I would say. I mean, I don't think he's gonna be Porzingis, but I mean, he's definitely got some of those European style
Yeah.
big man that I think he would.
I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, it should be a good game.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, here's the
gonna
thing:
watch.
Boozer's good, but I mean, I was listening. Boozer's, they say he's a top, two, probably 1, 2, 3, top
Mhm.
3, right?
Absolutely.
So my
yeah.
question is, but then they're like, well, Caleb Wilson's just right after him, and I'm like, but I hear a guy, some guys that watch basketball, and they're like, oh, KG Caleb kind of reminds me of like a young, could be like KG, Kevin Garnett, and I'm like,
yeah, early.
because
But-
no, but I'm saying because he's got like that long, he's got to add some weight to him, right? He's got that like kind of that
I mean, I understand
He's
the
got good length.
comparison as far as when they talking about
Good
like
mid-range
body
game.
type and the game, like the mid-range game and the body type. But KG was different. Man.
No,
no,
KG was
yeah.
different.
Yeah,
Like, he
KG
was
But
was
I'm talking about in athleticism. I feel like if you're saying KG, but who do you say Boozer, who isn't big, like height wise, he's big.
Yeah, he almost remind me of his dad, how he played.
He plays
Yeah,
like
yeah.
his dad, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I'm saying, so if you had Boozer versus potentially, now I'm not saying he's KG now, but if he had the ability to become KG-esque,
Yeah.
why would you take Boozer
Over
Caleb?
Caleb.
And I feel like Caleb just ain't
Right.
getting a lot of that. Now that Peterson and then my man
I think the
Peterson's a monster
reason-
out of Kansas and my God out of BYU.
At BYU, yeah.
I know. I'm gonna get his name
Yeah, I
because
can't.
it's really
It start with a
his-
B. I can't remember.
it's oh my God,
Yeah.
it's like a weird. I'm gonna butcher
Yeah,
it.
but
So
he
I
nice,
wanna. Yeah, he'll probably.
I
curse me out
think the
and have his
reason they
mama and then
picking
some.
Caleb or picking him over Caleb is because I think he's a little more physical than Caleb is.
Well, Caleb just if
I think
he's
that's
young
what it is.
and Caleb put some weight on.
Yeah.
Caleb
is just
gonna get-
athletic, man. He's
Somebody just give him some
he's
peanut butter.
athletic,
Yeah.
When Caleb get a little peanut butter in his
So you go-
diet,
Peanut butter, potato.
the peanut butter and potato diet,
He's athletic though.
and add some more muscle. I mean, which he's kind of but
He remind me of Bam.
Bam,
Not
Not
body,
as,
yeah,
not
yeah.
as, but Bam got some weight
Bam
on
got
him
that
now.
shoulder. Well,
yeah,
Bam's
yeah.
shoulders. Yeah, that's 6'10", and he
so-
plays. big man.
But he move around like that though.
Yeah,
Like,
and
he's not afraid to take it to you now.
Absolutely. I think he's got that wingspan that really makes him feel not like a 6'10" guy, but maybe bigger. But it's gonna be a good game. Who you guys picking?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's gonna be a good one though.
Okay.
I want to see it. I don't know who's
yeah.
gonna win that. I definitely want to see it though.
Well, I am picking Heels. I think Heels are gonna surprise them, and I mean, it's all really gonna come down to how the Heels play 3-point defense and shoot the three.
The free throws, bro.
And the free throws, man, they're killing us this year. Which is so
but now,
bad
if my man from Duke is on, if Evans is on shooting, it's gonna be hard to beat him.
Yeah, that's why I really need to see like Trimble or a couple guys.
Somebody got to step up outside of Caleb and Basaw.
Well, I think they've gotta do better on the switches, and they have here lately. I mean, I think that was like the biggest thing. There was some kind of lack of communication because I'm like, really, there's nobody on the team I don't feel that can't guard 1 through 5. Even the big man. You mean Basaar can guard a guy like him because he's just athletic enough to get in the way, but he's not gonna. He's athletic enough. You don't have to worry about him blowing by you as much.
Mm-hmm.
But
we got to put some points up, bro.
Right? No, absolutely. I mean, no, absolutely. But I don't think points are the problem. I think it's that 3-point switching and making sure somebody don't get hot on us.
Whenever we watch this game this weekend or tomorrow, watch the free throw play.
Yeah, I think free throws and communication. You got to be communicating.
I think the key to Duke, like I said, if Evans is on,
it's hard.
Hard to beat.
Yeah, hard to beat. Or Boozer, if he's if he's playing that.
But everybody gonna leave on the floor tomorrow.
Yeah,
so they're gonna come to play
for sure.
Well, now, gentlemen, we must talk about the game that all the people came here to talk about.
Yes,
the NFL Super Bowl rematch. Now, this is a rematch 12 years later, right?
Yes. Yep.
Should have handed it to Marshawn. Marshawn.
Yep.
I know you're still mad today.
Look, I didn't see the little thing where they said they're gonna
they bring Butler back.
No, they're gonna sign Marshawn for one game.
Yeah, well, they said they were gonna sign the dude from New England too for one game.
Listen,
Butler.
they got another big running back like Marshawn.
Yeah,
now
Kenneth Walker, man. Kenneth
Walker. Is your man out?
No,
He
was done
for the year.
He's
he had to have surgery on that knee or something.
Yeah, I think he broke it. Like it was a broken bone. But so we got rematch 12 years later. Obviously, a lot of the people pretty much picking Seattle as the big favorite here. They're a 4.5 favorite.
I want Seattle to win, and I like Sam Darnold. I really do. I always was a fan of Sam Darnold.
I think it's a good story.
But
I
just got a funny feeling
Drake may gonna get off.
I got a feeling New England gonna win, man.
I
think they're a total package, and I think their defense gonna stand up to Seattle. They might rattle Sam Darnold a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised. Whoever wins, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, and I'm with you on that one.
Seattle defense be humming.
Yeah, that Seattle defense. But you saw that Umenyiora, the safety, he had got hurt a little bit.
But they said he played.
But he is playing, right? Because they said it's like a ankle sprain, but it's like a mild ankle sprain.
They remind you of the Legion of Boom.
But the thing about their defense, and here's the thing I'm gonna put out. See, New England has that. Drake May showed me something.
Oh yeah.
He's calm. Now, I don't know if he's going to be calm under this type of defense, but we'll see because he plays some good defense.
Yeah, I mean, they played a ton of good Denver.
But what I'm saying is with how he plays, see, you can make Seattle back off. They can be got, but you got to make them back off.
Yeah.
You got to make them back off. And the only way you make them back off, they got to be able to run the ball.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. So, right. So, you got to run the ball, and I think that's the biggest thing. Take some of the pressure off May. Because, to be honest with you, I mean, Diggs can get – it's probably the biggest threat.
Yes.
They really don't have a huge threat.
Well, Booty been playing good, too, though.
Yeah, but they've got some dudes, but I just feel like Seattle's got a lot of dudes on defense,
The thing with New England, they can't – you can't let Seattle bully you. You can't let them scare you. If they see you scared,
look, if they come out the gate fine.
If they see you scared, they come. I'm Mike Vrabel. What I would do, I'm throwing the ball quick downfield to make them corners work, and they'll back off. If he can get some throws in early, they'll be all right. But if they start running,
what if they grab it and pick six?
No, you live with that chance. You got it because if you start running that ball and you get tackled for a loss and 3-yard loss, and see now the defense humble. So now they coming on 3rd and long.
Yeah.
So that's why I say I would come out trying to, even if it's short passes, throw something to make them back off and respect that you're able to throw.
I think you got to start making them think about May running it
that
right out the gate, because I think that's the biggest threat that they have on offense. Because, I mean, that's what helped them in Denver playing that defense is when May started taking off, because Denver was shutting them down.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously the weather.
You got to you got to make them back up.
Yeah,
that's the only way you beat Seattle. You got to make them back off.
Yeah.
If they stack that box and just keep coming, they're going to force you to get the ball out your hand quick, and then you make mistakes and all of that stuff.
I think this is just my opinion, bro. I think it's a big stage, right? The biggest stage, actually.
Yeah.
And I think that Sam Darnold might be a little more poised, bro, under these conditions.
I think he's more of a veteran, and he's played it.
That's what I'm saying.
I haven't played in the Super Bowl.
He's had his breakdowns before too. So
yeah. But he's been playing well in the playoffs.
Who's the running back?
Hey, Jamaica, we got the bobsled team. Sorry.
Yeah, you got Stevenson and the other one.
Yeah, Stevenson. Well, one of them's hurt, right?
I think it's Travion Stevenson. There was another one. I can't remember the other guy.
Yeah, because I think one of them was hurt.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's back yet.
I feel like Walker going to put his stamp on that.
Yeah.
But New England defense ain't no slouch now.
Yeah.
They come too now. So
I will
they
say
can shut down that run too.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think that really this reminds me of the old New England teams that weren't always maybe the most talented team, but they won on the margins and they were prepared for a lot of situations.
Yeah.
So Vrabel's going to be like, so I think if Seattle can avoid the mistakes and the turnovers, I think they're going to win. But if they go in there and they have some turnovers, I think
because Vrabel got the coaching experience now, and not saying McDonald don't either, because he was with that Ravens team.
Oh, absolutely, that won the Super Bowl.
But
or went to the Super Bowl that went to the championship.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I'm not surprised whoever wins. I won't be surprised.
I'm going to pick Seattle because I think Seattle's just a slightly better team.
I'm going with Seattle, but I in my mind though, it's something that just got me thinking New England going to pull this shit off. I'm not. But I want, because they out our division, even though I don't like their ass, but they out our division.
Right. Well, so who are you picking?
I'm gonna go Seattle. I'm gonna go
Seattle.
I pick Seattle.
All right, so we're all Seattle.
I'm gonna go
so go ahead and pick. If you got money on New England, go ahead and get it now because it's probably gonna happen. But no,
but I will say this though,
they're gonna be tough.
And this maybe it's me, maybe it's y'all. To me, it just seemed like this Super Bowl hasn't been the hype.
Well, because you think about who's going to be there, New England and Seattle, right?
It's really not no superstars on the teams, so it's really not nothing.
Well, you don't have Stafford and
right. I thought it was just me, but I was like, it just seemed like the lead up to this game wasn't as hyped up all over the TV and stuff like that.
I hadn't even been thinking about the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, just I don't know if it was just me, because I know last year we was into it.
Yeah. No, I've been thinking about, because I'm always thinking matchups and what the biggest matchups are. Right. Like Seattle, they were going over. I was listening to Bucky Brooks and a couple of guys talking, and they were even talking about just from a draft status. Some of these guys, the quarterbacks are both first round picks,
right?
But then you look at the defenses, and you're like, okay, there's a few first round picks on here, but then there's linebackers are undrafted, and
I will say one thing I'm gonna put out there though. I think DeMarcus Lawrence gonna have a big game.
Oh, I think
I don't doubt it.
One thing about DeMarcus Lawrence,
I think he's gonna have a big game.
Yeah,
because I think he really wants.
Oh, he knows that because this is he's not young, right? He's in his 30s and stuff like that. But
this might be his last opportunity to play in the Super Bowl.
To potentially play in the Super Bowl. And if you think about DeMarcus Lawrence, one thing I always respected about DeMarcus Lawrence, and it was something he said in an interview when he played with the Cowboys, is it took him a while to learn something that a lot of players don't learn, and that's how to just play through and play hard on every play.
Yeah.
He's because guys, he's basically not throwing on some guys from the bus, but he's some guys just don't realize that, you got to go and you got to play your ass off every play.
Because it could be over before you know it.
Exactly. And so in every play, DeMarcus Lawrence wasn't the guy that was always the most athletic or, he is very powerful and he's a power rusher, but
he gonna leave it on
relentless,
the
right? He's going to give you everything. He's a veteran. He's savvy.
Yeah.
He knows to kind of sell you one way and do it something else. So, I
think he's gonna have a
I'm
big
rooting
game
for Seattle. I'm rooting for Seattle because Sam Darnold and DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah, I like Sam. Like I said, I've always been a fan of Sam Darnold, man. I never hated on him or nothing.
Yeah,
I always liked Sam Darnold.
And coming out of especially after
he just was in bad situations.
Yeah.
And never really got a chance to flourish.
Yeah, and I think he finally realized not make the bad plays and
Them turnovers.
Yeah,
he,
not turn
he
over.
cleaned up a lot.
He was like that in college. In college, you could you just saw the talent. Well, this guy can make every throw.
Yeah.
He can run. He can do all these things. But it was just he'd make the turn. You'd be like, what?
We've literally seen this man clean up all his turnovers.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh,
No,
for
absolutely.
sure.
Yeah. I mean, and we'll see. So, folks, let us know who you're picking.
Yeah. And that's gonna be a good one. It should be a good one.
It's gonna be a good
Can't
one.
wait to see
It
it.
is.
Can't wait to see it.
But like
Hopefully,
I
we'll get to
say-
watch some of it together.
Right. Either team is a good storyline.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Because your man, this is his first year coaching.
Yeah.
And he
Big
also
talent.
played in the Super Bowl for the.
Oh man, he got what 3, 4?
Yeah.
How many red?
Yeah. When
he
he
got?
when he was playing, I think he at least won 2 or 3.
Yeah, he got at least
Three-
2 or
maybe
3.
3 or 4. I mean, Vrabel played in New England for
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I think he finished somewhere else. I just can't remember. Maybe
Mhm.
Tennessee or something like that. I can't remember. But anyways, well, folks,
Yes, indeed.
thank you for joining us. Hey, and
Hey,
cheers
thank
to
you.
the sponsors.
Yes, indeed.
yeah.
The Our Town team of Carolina Living and Carolina Living Associates for all your real estate needs. Give us a call 705-294.
glass real quick.
And
Oh
man, water won't get a little get wet. Oh, it get wet. Man, take it to the top. Man, take it to the top. Yeah, but no, hey, cheers. It's been a hell of a football season.
Hell of a
Uh,
I need the bar.
And we
Yeah.
still got to see. We
Which
got to
one?
pour up.
They'll give me the bond.
Pick 'em one, anyone. But yeah, it's been a hell of a season, fellas. I've enjoyed
It
talking about
has.
football with you. I know we're going to
Yes.
still continue to talk about more football. We got the off season, free agency.
Now we got to make
Yes.
that transition.
Yeah, I'm actually.
Basketball.
I'm gonna have some basketball. I'm gonna
Yes.
talk a little bit of the NFL draft. I'm actually watching some draft prospects.
Oh yeah, we definitely
stuff
gonna
like
get
that.
into that.
So, talk about who
March Madness coming
March
up.
Madness. So sports never sleeps, right?
Never
and then
stops.
of course those Winter Olympics. So we're still gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
So enjoy a little Winter Olympics opening games tonight.
Exactly.
Enjoy some NBA. The NFL. Thank you.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Adios.
Golson Auto Shop. Don't forget about them.
Golson Auto Shop. You can find it on you can check
Instagram.
it out on Instagram on that all your mechanical needs, paint, body, motors, transmission, custom builds, anything you're looking for, you can find them on there. Check out the site. And what you got, Red?
Yes, My Perception LLC for all your clothing, all your designs, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, scullies, jackets, whatever you can think of, we can do it. Cups,
We
mugs,
got merch coming soon.
everything.
Merch coming soon. We're gonna start
Indeed.
some
My
social media. We
Perception
got all kinds
LLC
of
on
stuff.
Instagram.
Keep an eye out,
Indeed.
folks. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Adios.
Cheers.